stillness does not arrive suddenly. It settles, layer by layer, until movement itself feels like an intrusion. What once felt distant now surrounds him completely. The cold is no longer an element outside the body, but a presence that presses inward, patient and exact. Every sound has thinned. Every breath feels deliberate, as if the air itself is weighing each one before allowing it to pass. The ground beneath him offers no comfort. Ice does not welcome weight, it only tolerates it. And even that tolerance feels temporary. There is a strange clarity in this silence. Without distraction, thought sharpens. Memories no longer drift. They surface intact, unchanged by time. He does not fight them. There is no strength left for resistance, only attention. The world narrows to what remains visible, the texture of frozen surfaces, the faint shift of shadow, the steady rhythm of breath reminding him he is still here. Time moves differently now, not forward, not backward, but inward, folding moments together until cause and consequence feel inseparable. What led him here is no longer a question. It is an answer that has already taken shape. And as the silence deepens, he understands that this place is not merely where he stands. It is where everything has been leading. The space begins to change, not in form, but in weight. Walls feel closer, not because they move, but because awareness sharpens. Each step forward feels measured, as if the ground itself is listening. Nothing resists him, yet nothing welcomes him either. There is no clear boundary between inside and outside anymore. Cold follows him wherever he goes, settling into corners of thought he once believed untouched. Objects lose their purpose, surfaces lose their familiarity. What remains is presence, plain, unadorned, unavoidable. The silence here is different. It does not echo. It absorbs. It takes sound and leaves meaning behind. He becomes aware of time only by its absence. Moments stretch without direction, and memory no longer asks permission before returning. Faces from another life pass without form. Voices arrive without sound. They do not accuse. They simply exist. This place does not demand confession. It offers no judgment. It allows reflection to continue until resistance fades. He understands now that retreat is not denied. It is simply irrelevant. What matters has already been carried forward, and as the path narrows further, he realizes the journey is no longer toward discovery, but toward understanding what cannot be undone. The stillness changes again, not by breaking, but by settling deeper than before. What surrounds him now feels complete, as if the world has closed every open edge. There is no distance left to cross, only space that must be endured. The cold no longer signals danger. It becomes familiar, almost neutral, like a constant thought that refuses to leave. Here, effort feels unnecessary. Movement exists only because it must, not because it leads anywhere new. He becomes aware of how much has already been decided, long before this moment. The choices were made quietly, without ceremony, each one building toward this silence. There is no urge to speak, no need to explain. Meaning no longer depends on words. Time stretches thin, not dragging, but holding, as if waiting for something that will not arrive. The past does not return with force. It settles gently, placing its weight where it always belonged. What remains is not regret nor resolve, but a calm recognition of consequence. He understands now that this place is not an ending and not a beginning. It is a point of balance where motion pauses long enough to be seen clearly. And in this pause, with nothing left to pursue or escape, he remains. Not waiting, not resisting, but present as silence completes what the journey began.